Good morning children. I welcome you all to the next video of class 11th accountancy. We have started with the very first chapter. This is the third part of first chapter. In this video we are going to continue. We are going to start with limitations of accounting in this video. So the first limitation is influenced by personal judgment. What does this mean? That accounting is as yet an exact science, and accountant has to exercise his personal judgment in respect of various items. For example, it is extremely difficult to predict with any degree of accuracy that actual useful life of an asset which is needed for calculating depreciation. The same is true about the method of valuation of stock and making provision for doubtful debts. Different persons are bound to have different opinion in respect of such things, and hence it is difficult, or it is will be result is ascertained of different figures of profit and loss of a business by different person. Hence, the figure of profit cannot be taken as exact figures. So, we can say that it is influenced by personal judgment. Second, it is based on accounting concepts and conventions. Accounts are prepared on the basis of number of accounting concepts and conventions that will be taught to you in the next chapters. Hence, the profitability and the financial position disclosed by it may not be realistic. For example, fixed assets are shown in the balance sheet according to the historical cost. This means the fixed assets are shown at their cost and not at their market value. The values realized on their sale may be more or less than the values stated in the balance sheet. Similarly, on account of convention of conservatism, the profit and loss does not disclose the true profit of the business, because future losses are provided whereas future incomes are ignored. Because of this nature, it is based on accounting concepts and conventions. Then the third one is incomplete information. What does that mean? That accounting statements provide only the incomplete information, because the actual profit or loss of the business can be known only when the business is closed down. But we are preparing the accounts every year, so it is known as incomplete information. Then fourth is omission of qualitative information. I have already explained you that we only take quantitative information. Accounts contain only those information which can be expressed in terms of money. So qualitative aspects of the business units are completely omitted from the books, as these cannot be expressed in monetary terms. Thus, change in management, reputation of the business, caudal things of labor and management relationships, firm's ability to develop new products, then efficiency of management. All these things are vitally important in showing the profitability, but they are being ignored and omitted from being recorded because they cannot be shown in quantitative terms. Then next is, it is based on historical cost. I have already told you that the assets are being shown on the historical cost or the original cost at which they are being purchased. And as such, the figures given in financial statements do not show the effect of change in the price level. So, the assets remain undervalued in many of the cases, particularly land and building. The outcome of this practice is that balance sheet values of assets are not helpful in estimating the true financial position of the business. Next is, it is affected by window dressing. How come? Window dressing refers to the practice of manipulating accounts so that the financial statements may disclose a more valuable position than the actual position. For example, the purchase made at the end of the year may not be recorded, or the closing stock may be overvalued. Hence, the correct decision cannot be taken on the basis of such financial statements. The last point is unsuitable for forecasting. Financial accounts are only a record of past events. Continuous changes take place in the demand of the product, policies adopted by the firm, the position of the competitors, etc. As such, the financial analysis based on the past events may not be of much use for forecasting. Then we move on to the qualitative characteristics or attributes of accounting information. Basically, there are 5 things in it. First, we are going to talk about reliability. Now, what is reliability? Accounting information must be reliable. Reliability implies that the information must be factual and verifiable. The accounting information is said to have verifiability if such information can be verified from the source documents such as cash memos, purchase invoice, sale invoice, all these documents. Verifiability ensures the truthfulness of the recorded transaction, which can be independently checked by anyone interested to ascertain the true position. Then we are going to talk about the relevance. Now, what is relevance? Accounting information depicted by financial statements must be relevant to the objectives of the enterprise. Unnecessary and irrelevant information should not be included in financial statements. To be relevant, information must be capable of making difference in decisions. That is, it must help the management, investors, creditors and other users of accounting information in making decisions. For example, the information regarding the rate of dividend paid by a company in previous year is relevant information for the investors, since it provides a basis for forecasting the future dividends also. Now we move ahead to understandability. What is that? Accounting information should be presented in such a simple and logical manner that they are understood easily by their users such as investors, lenders, employees, etc. A person who does not have any knowledge of the accounting terminology should also be able to understand them without much difficulty. This can be done by giving relevant explanatory notes to explain the information given in the financial statements. Then we move ahead. Comparability. What is that? Comparability is a very useful quality of the accounting information. The financial statement should contain the figures of previous year along with the figures of current year so that the current performance can be compared with past performance. Similarly, the financial statement should be prepared in such a way that the profitability and financial position of the concern may be compared with the other concerns of the similar type. Comparisons reveals the strong and weak points of the business entity. Comparability is possible when different firms in the same industry adopt the same accounting principles from year to year. For example, if diminishing balance method of charging depreciation is selected, it should not be changed from year to year. Similarly, the valuation of a stock should also be consistently the same from year to year. Next is faithfulness, that is presentation. Financial statements are required to show a true and fair view of the profitability, financial position and cash flow of an enterprise. Application of appropriate accounting standards normally results in financial statements portraying true and fair view of information about an enterprise. In addition to the above, accounting information should also have the characteristics of timeliness, neutrality and completeness. Now we move on to the role of accounting. What is the role of accounting? First, we are going to talk about role of a language. Accounting is viewed as a language of business because it prepares reports and statements which communicate information regarding the business enterprise. Second, role of historical records. Accounting is viewed as chronological record of all financial transactions in the books of accounts according to specified rules. Then third, role of determining the net profit. It also regarded as a means of determining the true profit and loss of the business. Then next, role of determining the financial position. It is also regarded as means of showing the financial position of the business by preparation of balance sheet. Then role of information system. What is that? Accounting is now regarded as an information system because it is capable of providing the kind of information which managers and other interested parties require for taking appropriate decisions. Then last is role of service provider. What is that? Accounting is regarded as a service activity because it provides quantitative financial information which is helpful to the users in different ways. So now we have completed with this chapter. You are going to prepare all the notes which I have already shown you in the entire chapter. The questions from this chapter come in the theoretical part. So you need to understand them and then you are going to prepare the notes as shown by me. Now we are going to meet in the next video. Up till then, goodbye children.